I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
This is a beautiful house, my man. How many square feet is this?
A little bit over 20,000 square feet. 3 or 4 levels.
Money Mayweather, seems appropriate that you would be living in Vegas.
My mentality is always about, working smarter, not harder.
Floyd Money Mayweather has spent years being celebrated as the pinnacle of both athletic achievement and financial success. Yet, recent reports suggest the reality might be more complex than his public image. Sports commentator Stephen A. Smith is voicing doubts about the stability of Mayweather's financial holdings, raising questions about just how secure his fortune really is. Could the undefeated boxing legend now be facing a threat far greater than any opponent in the ring? Potential financial turmoil. Let's examine the $42 million issue that's capturing attention across the boxing world.
The $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we on ES, this car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. It's close to $15 million. You're right. It's close to $15 million.
And you don't drive them?
No.
Over the years, Floyd Mayweather has earned a reputation as one of the wealthiest athletes on the planet, regularly grabbing headlines with earnings that can soar to $100 million at a single event.
Yes, she did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
Now, a figure from the fight industry is calling that image into question. Former UFC fighter and analyst Chael Sonnen refers to it as one of the biggest myths in sports promotion, suggesting that Mayweather's reported 9-figure fight payouts may be greatly inflated.
Coined this phrase, fake news.
Yeah.
Why is he saying that? What does that even mean? You can trust the news. There's no such thing as fake. People were dressed up as empty seats, and I mean thousands of people.
No.
I bought my mother's ticket that day. That day, my mother decides that she wants to go to the fight. So I'm in there, and I'm telling the world that this place is sold out because that's what's on the screen. And I go, it's not even close. Yeah. This isn't like, it's pretty much full. This isn't, there's thousands of empty seats. That was the first time that in my own life I ever just, wow, fake news is real.
Wow.
And then Mayweather, they wanted a rematch. They were begging. They were doing more media trying to get a rematch than they did leading into the first match. And the guys that wrote the check.
Although Mayweather often displayed extravagant watches, private jets, and piles of cash, Sonnen highlights that there has never been verified proof of his fortune. No official confirmations from broadcasters or independent auditors have surfaced, just coverage from various media outlets.
Whoever puts that press release and sends it out, never has a company that's publicly traded had an executive back those numbers. They're all lies.
And this raises a brutal question.
This raises a difficult question. Was Mayweather's fortune built on actual earnings, or was it largely driven by hype, self-promotion, and clever marketing? Sonnen isn't alone in questioning it. With ongoing financial lawsuits, unpaid bills for luxury purchases, and a legal dispute linked to cryptocurrency, the money brand seems to be under pressure from several angles. Mayweather has long represented the image of untouchable wealth in boxing, the fighter who transformed extravagance into a defining feature, making money not just a nickname, but a persona. Yet behind the private jets and high-end shopping sprees, early signs of financial instability are appearing. And more quickly than expected, whispers are circulating that Mayweather might be facing serious money troubles. Few are willing to speak publicly about it, aside from those who have gone toe-to-toe with him in the ring. Even Oscar de la Hoya, once a major rival and occasional supporter, has recently acknowledged the situation unfolding around the boxing legend.
You have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard, I know life is expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Hearing this from a promoter who knows both the fight world and the business side, De La Hoya's comments felt less like criticism and more like a financial eulogy. Between the lawsuit over expensive jewelry, ongoing speculation about his holdings, and a steady lineup of exhibition fights, the supposed stability of Mayweather's fortune is showing visible cracks. Even more revealing is De La Hoya's tone. Once a fierce rival in the ring, he now speaks with a measure of sympathy rather than competition, which arguably carries more weight than any financial statement. Mayweather, however, hasn't stayed silent. While De La Hoya addresses the situation publicly, Floyd has reminded audiences of their complicated history, subtly casting doubt on De La Hoya's own financial dealings. Over the years, Mayweather has hinted that his former opponent wasn't always completely transparent when it came to money and business behind the scenes.
We helped build this guy up. He was fighting on my undercard. He was the co-main. We helped build this guy up. And you know what Oscar De La Hoya do? You know what Mr. Loyal Oscar De La Hoya do? I'm sorry, Miss Disloyal Oscar De La Hoya do? He take him right over to HBO and cut a deal with HBO. And when he cut the deal, he got money, but I bet Canelo didn't see none. But these are the things that people don't know about in a sport of boxing.
For someone whose brand has long revolved around flaunting enormous wealth, these issues go well beyond past rivalries or bouts with Canelo. Mayweather has alluded to a history of undisclosed agreements, hidden payments, and behind-the-scenes financial moves, actions now surfacing through lawsuits, outstanding bills, and quiet asset sales. The doubts about his empire aren't coming solely from financial experts or retired fighters. Even peers and former opponents are starting to reveal cracks in the image. Logan Paul, who faced Mayweather in the ring, has publicly claimed that a promised payday never materialized after their fight, and he hasn't hesitated to voice his frustration.
I got paid, just not in full. Like a couple million somehow that is just missing. Where did the money go? Floyd said he could afford a Jeff Bezos-sized jet from the money he made from that fight. I ain't got no jet. Fuck, dude. I'm missing a couple mil. We're gonna find it, bro. I'll see you in court. The art is happening. Just like, watch my words. We're coming for you, Floyd. We're coming for your millions and the last of your...
A lawsuit over missing millions is now putting additional pressure on the Money Mayweather persona. What was intended as a simple exhibition match has instead become a dispute over unpaid earnings. Logan Paul isn't the only one questioning whether the numbers behind Floyd's wealth truly reflect reality. When fighters need legal action just to secure the money they were promised, it begs a serious question. Is Mayweather's financial empire already facing significant strain?
Tell us now. Hey. Bosh. Right behind you.
While Logan Paul moved forward with his lawsuit, claiming that Mayweather failed to pay him the full amount for their fight, Floyd responded on his own terms. In typical fashion, he shifted attention to the business side of things, downplaying the dispute as if it were just minor money.
Right away, just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned. You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't never trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
Mayweather's composed response made the lawsuit look like routine business, but the circumstances have sparked scrutiny. With unpaid fighters, jewelers filing claims, and rumors of discreet asset sales, pressure on his financial empire seems to be coming from every direction. No amount of savvy maneuvering can fully hide the growing number of creditors still waiting to be paid. Logan's experience offers a rare peek behind the scenes of a system most fans never witness. For years, Mayweather wasn't just earning from his fights, he was controlling the flow of money around them. From buying large blocks of tickets before they hit the market to reselling them at a premium. Floyd's financial strategy stretched surface. Logan admitted that the approach itself wasn't illegal or unusual for a fighter running their own promotions. It was simply standard business practice. The real problem, he clarified, wasn't the ticket reselling. The concern arose from investors being left uninformed and millions of dollars vanishing after the tickets were sold.
This particular lawsuit
Started as a smart business setup has slowly evolved into claims of broken promises, unpaid money, and ongoing legal battles. Logan's account exposes a concerning trend that's becoming harder to ignore. More and more fighters, investors, and business partners are still waiting for Mayweather to meet his financial commitments, even as Floyd's public image continues to showcase private jets and extravagant spending. The first signs of weakness in the Money Mayweather brand are emerging. This time, the allegations aren't coming from journalists or former promoters. They're coming straight from those who stepped into the ring with him. Logan Paul, who took part in one of the most watched exhibition matches in recent years, has revealed that the real struggle began once the cameras stopped, and according to him, the promised payout still hasn't arrived.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this for the court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm not fucking with you. Yeah, we're taking it to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Once Logan's claims became public, the carefully maintained image of Mayweather's untouchable wealth began to crack further. This wasn't just a former rival or a frustrated promoter speaking out. It came from someone who had actually shared the ring with him, signed the same agreements, and seen the inner workings of the business up close. Even so, Floyd Mayweather remains confident and unapologetic about his lavish lifestyle. Despite the scrutiny, his record and actions continue to reflect the fortune he has accumulated in the empire he has constructed through talent, planning, and relentless determination.
That takes care of everything when everything is okay. I still got my private jets. Let me put an S on that because I got 3 of them. I still got my private jets. I still have all my beautiful homes, still have all my properties everywhere, and still making millions every month.
These statements go beyond me boasting. They underscore that, despite challenges both inside the ring and in business, Mayweather has remained a dominant financial presence, sustaining a lifestyle few in sports or beyond could replicate. Yet, not everyone supports his recent choices. Critics like Stephen A. Smith have openly questioned Floyd's decision to take part in exhibition matches against non-professional fighters, including the highly publicized bout with Logan Paul. From Smith's viewpoint, stepping into the ring with opponents of a much lower caliber risks diminishing Mayweather's legendary status, potentially weakening the legacy he spent decades building. To Smith, these decisions signal putting financial gain ahead of career prestige.
When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it. Fair enough. But what I'm trying to say is this. When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing.
While Smith acknowledges that Floyd's talent for generating massive income is unmatched, he takes issue with the attention given to fights that don't showcase true boxing skill. From his perspective, exhibition matches against non-professional opponents like Logan Paul risk tarnishing Mayweather's legacy and undermining the integrity of the sport. Smith contends that Floyd has already accomplished everything possible in the ring and should concentrate on safeguarding his legendary status, rather than chasing headlines with spectacles that add little to his career achievements. That there's an old saying, the higher you rise, the harder the fall. For Mayweather, that fall might already be happening behind the scenes. The fighter who once displayed his wealth openly, treating stacks of cash like confetti, now faces lawsuits, unpaid bills, and whispers that his financial empire could be under serious pressure. For years, Floyd projected an image of invincibility, the king of pay-per-view, a symbol of opulence, and the mastermind behind a billion-dollar boxing brand. But what if a significant portion of that fortune wasn't as solid as it appeared? What if the private jets, diamond chains, and flashy bank statements were all part of one of the most intricate financial illusions the fight world has ever seen?
Man, and it's crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, 50 Cent pretty much exposing the fact that Floyd Mayweather is having issues, but it was not 50 that started it. It was actually Business Insider.
They got Floyd here. It says Floyd Mayweather is stepping into Manhattan's multi-family ring in a big way. The retired boxer has gone into a contract to pay $420 million for a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio with more than 60 buildings, according to sources familiar to the deal. Josh Gotti of Black Spruce Management is the seller, and Black Spruce Magazine declined comment. It says also here that the investor partnered with Maynard Orchard on a $1.8 billion deal for 1,766 units spanning 6 rental buildings and in acquisition of the American Cooper Building, twin luxury towers in Murray Hills with the view of the East River.
The $42 million controversy isn't just another news story. It's a red flag. Beneath the designer suits and carefully curated social media snapshots, cracks in Floyd's so-called fortune are beginning to show. This time, no amount of publicity or image management can shield the Money Mayweather brand from serious financial strain. And if you think this $42 million scandal is the end of the story, the reality is even grimmer. Behind the private jet selfies and luxury posts, the real picture suggests a man whose focus on projecting wealth may have come at the cost of actually preserving it. When financial experts like Stephen A. Smith start publicly questioning your money on national television, it's no longer just critics or rivals raising concerns. It's a clear sign the pressure is mounting. Mayweather didn't only sell fights, he sold the illusion of untouchable wealth. But once the flashy watches, diamond chains, and stage bank statements are stripped away, what's left is a man potentially running out of time, luck, and, as the growing pile of lawsuits indicates, money. This $42 million debacle may not just be a stumble. It could represent the collapse of the Money Mayweather legend.